Alright, and hello everyone, and welcome, Crash Heroes RTA Motorsports. This is going to be the second version of this live stream. I kind of messed up last live stream, and I accidentally clicked stop streaming. I don't know why I did that, but I did it. So I took the opportunity, I was talking about in last live stream, actually getting OBS opened in administrator mode because we were having some camera issues. Also discovered in that last live stream that we were running it in 4K 30 a lot of the time. I think I'm having some software issues where it's actually disconnecting from the camera. I don't think it's the camera doing it. But if you don't mind, to help out this channel, please like, subscribe, comment below. But also check out that other live stream, pan through it real quick at the POV views of my actual race, and see if you like the 4K 30, or do you like this 1080/60. I think I'm going to like the 1080/60. I think it's going to present itself a little bit smoother, but 4K 30 definitely looks pretty. It definitely looks good. But this is the new camera here. I believe it's the Sony DXO Mark II, and I might be saying that wrong. I think it's a DXO. Let me look at it real quick. Sony. No, RXO Mark II. And so the RXO Mark II, it's an expensive camera if you buy it new. It came out 3 years ago. It has a 1-inch sensor, so it's really good with low light performance. It is really probably one of my best cameras that I have here. I have the Alpha 6300. I used to have the Canon, but my Canon actually died on me, so I needed another camera. I have a lot of GoPros, but I wanted something a little bit better for you all. So hopefully this gives us the view that we're looking for, and this gives us what we're looking for as far as quality. I'm trying to help you all out, get the experience that I'm experiencing as much as possible. And hopefully this kind of portrays that. So that way we can sim race and hang out together a little bit more effectively. But if you don't mind, check out that other video. You don't have to watch the whole thing. Pan through it real quick and see how it looks compared to this one. I would greatly appreciate that one. Let's also make sure that everything is running the way it should be. So we have, let's go to the stream here. No, Dan, unfortunately, I accidentally clicked stop streaming. I don't know why I did. I accidentally clicked it. I was trying to go to and click studio mode so I could change my current source. I mean my current scene, and I accidentally clicked stop streaming. So I apologize. That was completely my fault. But I took the opportunity to open it up in administrator mode as far as OBS, and I did discover that we were running 4K 30 that whole last stream, so now we're running 1080/60, hopefully still. So yeah, let's switch the view over. We are currently in the car in a new practice session. We have a race starting in about 15 minutes. This one should look a little bit smoother because it is running at
the leader's just done at 216.42.
And yeah, let me get this up here. No. All right, so I'm also going to get this down here just in case it decides to die out on us again. But again, for everyone who may be just joining in, we are
Exit's clear. Don't cross the white
running
line.
the
Disengage
Prosimu
limiter.
T1000 3 degrees of freedom motion rig. So I do have motion rig going. I do have stabilization on in the camera. It's not GoPro quality stabilization, but I think it's enough. It's perfectly enough. So this is actually, Dan, I was saying it wrong. It's not the DXO Mark II. It's the RXO Mark II as far as the camera goes. Open practice before the race session. Race session is going to be starting in less than 10 minutes at this point, I think. just joining in, also last race session we finished in the top 5. Started way back at P15. Oh yeah, that was way too wide. But finished in the top 5, so definitely really happy there. Let's see if we could get a better starting position this race. Again, this is week 13, so there was a lot of crashing that happened. Pretty wild crashing that happened in the last race. Hopefully this race is a little bit more exciting for the race quality, less exciting for the Wreckfest style racing. This stream is purely trying to get Dan DiMaggio back with us with sim racing. I'm kidding, Dan. No pressure, brother. I thought, speaking of Dan DiMaggio's in chat, everyone. I thought, brother, you were going to start doing them mountain bike videos, man. I've been looking out for that. Have you, is that something you're going to be creating more of, or just kind of taking a break from social media in general? Gonna take a lot. I'm thinking I'm liking this 1080p60 a little bit better as far as smoothness, and when I was glancing up at OBS, it kind of felt like the 4K 30 just looked a little choppy. Maybe that's just my monitor window, but I feel like this looks a lot better quality wise. I kind of wish I had my tachometer working. For some reason my telebox doesn't seem to be wanting to work. At least we have this puppy working. Yeah, you know, that is kind of the problem that I had at this last Shredfest. I didn't film as much as I probably should have, but also I had a prior engagement where I was helping them get drone shots of the finish line for the races. And they were officially sanctioned ORL races, so that was my main thing I was thinking about all weekend, was making sure that I got drone shots for them. So I was kind of working in a sense. I mean, you know, it was all volunteer basis. I didn't really get paid for it. It did cover a lot of the deals, so I guess that counts. But
E27.
You know, the
Are on your right. Clear right.
The content, as far as, you know, me doing talking head and discussing what I was kind of going through and doing at Shredfest. Shredfest to me is kind of like, it's very much an enjoyable sort of spiritual experience in a way, where you really just let loose, having fun, relaxing, and I was with my wife and I really didn't want anything to take away from our time there. So I didn't really record as much as I probably should have, so I completely understand you. And whenever I have one wheel, I don't always bring my camera, even though I probably should. It's definitely hard, you know, trying to take something that you want to relax and escape into, and then trying to record video footage, you know what I mean? And you don't want it to become a job at that point. Definitely can ruin whatever your hobby is. message there. So let's get out of here. Let's go join the race session. Yeah, I really like having this monitor up here. This is a fairly new thing that we're doing. And I have a HDMI switch that goes from my CHG90, my Samsung Super Ultrawide, to this one here, because the 3090 graphics card only has like four outputs. So kind of wish it had 5. It only has 4, my specific model. I know some of them do have 5, but those are never in stock. So I was never able to get one. So what fixed it for me is an HDMI switch. So my CHG90 and this monitor up here, going through the switch, I hit a button and it switches the input from this one to that one over there. And actually Windows remembers your last location of each monitor. So it switches my my layout. So that one I always have set up to the sides of these 3 panels. So it leaves these 3 panels on, and then it puts that one to the side. And then when I hit the switch again, it puts this one at the top center. So the mouse always moves in correlation to where my monitors are. It's pretty neat, pretty neat. I really like this setup. Works very well for me. All right, here we go. So we are going into the race session. Yeah. No, I completely hear you, bud. That's definitely valid. I kind of wanted to see if there was like a high and low downforce model. No, definitely valid, because I feel that way. I have a 360 camera that I carry with me sometimes when I'm one-wheeling, and sometimes I really love taking the video. Sometimes I'm like, I'd rather just rip right now and not think about this, you know? So I completely hear you. I really love the handling of this Ferrari. I just kind of wish, I'm sure with a setup, again, this is just a fixed setup, race. With a proper setup, this thing is probably really fast in the straights. I'm barely able to come out of 5th gear on that straight. Most other cars I can get it into 6th gear, and I normally have to sort of downshift a little bit. But the way it's handling these turns it's an absolute beast. It really is. All right, qualify. So last time we qualified P15. Not sure how many people are in this race session here, so
all clear on pit exit.
Just
You
enough
can push
time.
now. You've got 2 laps to set a decent time.
To get that qualifying session done. I think right when I crossed the finish line, it was like, session is now over, so just gonna have to rip. Lyle, what's going on? Soldier 3080 to get a laptop, think you can hold out 4080. Can't do it. Gotta have a card. Simracing withdrawals. What type of laptop did you get? I mean, you know, a lot of these laptops nowadays are pretty darn powerful. You could be able to, you know, get some, like maybe a Seto Corsa on there. Seto Corsa is very easy to drive, but again, of course, it depends on what type of laptop you ended up picking up. Sometimes I'm really surprised, like, Seto Corsa, not ACC, but, you know, the first is Seto Corsa. And, what's the other title? Can't think of the other one. There is a few sim racing titles that run under game engines that are really easy to drive, really enjoyable. racing shoes. All of my feet are starting to get a little worn down. Can you hear me a little bit better now? Ooh, I messed that up. I was adjusting the volume. Should be able to hear me a little bit better now. Sorry about that. I don't know how I managed that one, but yeah, it looked like the volume was a little bit higher. Pretty good. If I need to lower it a little bit more, just let me know and I'll get it done. So do you still have like the wheel and pedals, Lyle? Or did you sell everything? Or what were you using for your sim racing rig? You have, were you racing on a controller? What were you using, bud? Because I have a laptop that has a lesser graphics card than that by a lot. And I'm able to run some sim racing titles, and I use a USB splitter. When I was back in the East Coast to get it to run with my Pops' wheel and pedals, so I was still able to get it to go. Oh, okay. I would just get a USB splitter. So your laptop has an RTX 3070. That's a beast GPU. I wouldn't worry about that, bud. That's you can definitely sim race off of that, no problem. And on my laptop, I only have like a 256 hard drive in it. I ended up getting a USB-C, like 2 terabyte hard drive. It was pretty cheap actually, and that's what I have like almost everything saved on, and there is zero lag. It's absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, you can't compare it to the desktop 3080, but that is still a beast of a GPU. You should be able to even VR off of it with like Assetto Corsa or, you know, I can't believe I cannot remember the name of the other sim racing title that running an older game engine, but also runs really good in VR too, like with the, I almost want to say Oculus, but it's like Meta now, the Meta Quest. It's hard for me to remember to say that. It'll forever be Oculus in my heart. Well, Windows Mixed Reality is harder to drive than the Oculus line. That I will tell you. So, you know, you gotta get that. But I think it's still completely doable if you're racing on a monitor. And always make sure your laptop is plugged in if you're going to sim race, obviously. Sometimes they downclock your GPU and CPU. But you might want to like download and install MSI Afterburner and see what your GPU is doing, because they might have like a preset on it that's like based on temperature and really downclocking your GPU quite a bit. Might be something interesting to look into. AMS2, thank you so much. Automobilista 2, but even Automobilista 1 is an extremely fun title to drive, very easy to push, and actually ran on all my headsets in VR very well. Yes, I'm running a 3090, but a lot of times when I'm in the rig, I'm live streaming, so that takes a lot of power out of the system. But Automobilista's game engine is really, really good as far as, you know, really getting some good frame rates. But so I've never tried it. Never tried it. And I didn't even know they had VR support, to be honest with you.
That's the end of the session. P7.
P7? How many people are in here? 7? Let's see. Whoa, okay. All right, we're doing good. We're doing good. Let's see. We are out of 29 cars. We qualified P7. So not too bad. Hopefully this race doesn't mean we get completely destroyed, because sometimes that happens when you grid a little bit higher up. People start getting very, very aggressive, especially in week 13. But we'll see. Yeah. Thank you, Dan. I can't believe I forgot Automobilista. I keep wanting to say Live for Speed. Wasn't Automobilista 1 running off the Live for Speed game engine? I know Automobilista 2 was running off of like Project Cars, like that same, was it Havoc? I'm trying to think. Trying to think and I can't think. You know, you need brains to think. Oh, I'm gonna have to start researching that. Oh, almost dropped my cup. R factor. R factor. I don't know why I was saying Live for Speed. R factor. Yes. Yes, you're exactly right. Nope, you are right. R factor. So, Dan, you saw the last live stream. How do you like this one so far, running the 1080p 60 versus the 4K 30? From what I can see in the little monitor window I have up here, that little guy. It looks like it's running smoother. It's actually running. It's not freezing and shutting off. I don't know if that has to do with me running administrative privileges for OBS.
18
but
Celsius.
actually running.
15 minutes. You really need to get on with it. Follow car number 17 in the left column.
A little bit more cropped. Okay. I might have accidentally turned on a little bit of digital zoom, but it's kind of interesting how it looks more cropped. Could it also be maybe no. So it's not that. I thought maybe I had the window zoomed a bit. That's not the case.
Green. 15 minutes remaining. 15 minutes to go.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Dan. Nope, you're probably right. I mean, we're changing resolutions. Anything is possible, right? lot of time as that section through there. Historically, I've always had a little bit of a hard time through there. Racing going on so far in the front here. Got some BMWs battling it out. Looks like P6 is ahead of P5. P5 is trying to get his position back. This is a dangerous area to be considering to go side by side in. They did it just fine. Little messed up on that one. We lost a little bit of time. Keeping the pedal down. That pedal down. Oh, we're up at 6. We actually made it there.
On the left side. No, clear left. On the left side. Clear left.
Let it draft. Little love tap, right? Through there.
Looks like P5's gone off the chicane. There on the left.
Yeah, buddy.
218.00. Well done, right. Nice move, mate. P5. Focus on the exits. Go faster here. You've got 10 minutes left. 10 minutes to go.
Ferrari on the champ. You know, So I wanted to possibly get some people in and do a podcast. We kind of did one episode of a podcast for One Wheel. Called it the Three Men One Wheel Podcast. That was a lot of fun. I felt like we had a lot to talk about. I felt like it went really well. So I want to do more of that, but also I do want to get a podcast going about motorsports and sim racing and everything like that. I think that would be pretty cool. Bring some people in from the industry. I actually...
On your left side.
Met some pretty cool people.
Line. Still there. Later on the left. Or left.
Recently, and they invited me out to try a professional rig. So very, very excited to give that a shot.
Over your line. Still there. Still there.
But yeah, it would be awesome to really get people in on the industry, maybe some people that many people don't know.
Still there. Clear on the left. That's half distance. Looking good for fuel.
Yo, what's going on? 100 mile per hour pixels. The pixels makes me laugh now.
Yellow flag, keep your wits about you, mate. Incident in Lacoon. It looks like night.
So last race we finished top 5. I kind of wanted to do a little bit better this time. Looks like we are currently sitting P6. But we should be in the top 5 at the close of this lap.
Looks out. I think it might be night.
Definitely feel that my tires are a little bit tired. Definitely push them a lot harder this race than last race. There are some incidences here and there, but overall hasn't been too bad of a race. People have been racing a little bit cleaner this time through. The last race, at least up here.
The gap to Santos ahead is increasing. It's now 1.0.
So, you know, I've been wanting to do some content with Billy for a while now, because Billy actually lives close to me, relative, you know, to many other people within the industry. But it never really seemed to take off anywhere. He's very busy. I ended up taking a new position around that time that I was talking to him a little bit about it. But yeah, I mean, if he's definitely down, I'm definitely down. And then Mike, hands down. You know, both of them would be an honor just to have a conversation within the industry and talk about different things. I am absolutely covered in sweat right now. So glad this camera is still going. I think we found it. I think we found what we need to do to get everything smooth and up and running. Last stream was a little bit rough start.
Santos in front is now 1.3.
These laps. So Jeff Sanders is currently sitting about 1.3 seconds ahead.
There's an incident in turn 13. It looks like it's Cole and Robinson.
got Benjamin Sandberg behind us, about 9 seconds back. Am I done with VR? No, definitely not done with VR. I really enjoy my my Meta Quest. Oh, I really enjoy my Meta Quest for the standalone titles. The standalone titles are absolutely awesome and hilarious and everything, and what they have done with it. For sim racing VR, it's hard because I have, you know, like my dash screen here, my tachometer here. I have a lot of toys here, and I really enjoy looking at them. And now I have these 32-inch panels that envelop so much of my view. Yes, they're not the 65s or anything crazy like that, but it's really immersive to me. So I do, or I have done VR sim racing not too long ago, and absolutely had a blast with it. It just, when I do sim race, I like to live stream and I like to hang out, because to me this is my hangout when I'm when I'm sim racing. So it's kind of hard to do when you're in VR at the same time. So I haven't really ever made that full commitment. I kind of feel like if they could, a blend of both would be the optimal. And I feel like Meta would probably be the first company to do it, where you could actually like crop out what you want to be visible in VR. So if I could have my hands and my wheel visible in VR, and then disable the wheel and pedals, the wheel and the driver in the title, like how we do here in sim racing, and have my arm and wheel overlaying, that would be it. I mean, then I would be stuck in VR at that point. And I think that's the one thing that's kind of missing, is actually having that overlay component of the real life into VR. And I feel like it's so close, because right now in VR you can see your laptop, you can see your desk, see your couch, you know, if you wanted to. So I feel like we're really close to that point, to being able to select what you want visible in VR. Once that happens, I'm hooked. Yeah, you know, triples are awesome. I feel like if you get them big enough, they could be just as immersive as VR. You just don't have that, you know, complete awareness. Like when I'm wearing my Pimax 5K, my 5KX, you have such really awesome peripheral vision, and I put a little fan on myself and stuff like that, and I'm in an open wheel car, it gets your heart really pumping. It really does. Can't say that iRacing doesn't do that to me, because it really does. But you know, triples I feel like is the best right now compromise if you're not going to do just dedicated VR. And then for content creation, I feel like triples just makes things a lot easier to really maintain that immersion, but yet still be able to maintain the live stream. I know there's apps to see your chat in VR, but it's hard. It's hard to set up.
That's half fuel.
It takes me a while. I don't use it all the time, so it's kind of... Oh no, our first off track. But yeah, that's just my opinion. I enjoy it. I still have all my headsets, but it's just something I don't do all the time. Yeah, so they are now selling the Oculus Quest 2 as a Meta Quest 2, I think. And when I turn on my headset, instead of seeing the Oculus symbol and it's saying Oculus, there's a meta symbol and it says meta.
Stand by. I
So
think it might be Lopez.
it's just a different, you know, name now that Facebook changed the meta and all that sort of deal.
P5. Okay, it's over. Good drive.
P5 again. Can't get away from P5. Oh man. Woo. So I made a huge that was an awesome race. I'm actually going to save that one as well. I know I saved the last one. But I made a huge investment into the racing rig here and into the live streaming setup with this camera. And I can't wait to go back and view it and see if it actually paid off. But I also think maybe taking some one-wheel context. I also bought a neck, like a neck mount, so the camera could be here. So maybe when I'm one-wheeling, you kind of get a POV view from that, along with my 360 camera whenever I'm trying some new trails or anything like that. I think it's going to really add to the experience because this camera is actually super durable as well. Metal case, it's insane. Just doesn't have continuous autofocus. That's the only downside, but I think it actually worked really well in this, and it was super easy. Normally whenever I was running my mirrorless or my DSLR, I would have to mess with the focus, and I think it worked just fine in this scenario. I think this was actually really good. You can kind of see my setup here. There we go. You get a piece of land in the metaverse yet? No. I actually know people that have. I forgot what the name of the app that they're doing that in, but yeah, no, I have not. I'm not jumped that far into it yet. But I do love the standalone sort of titles in it. I do think it is the future of gaming, and I think it's really close. I think the Meta Quest Pro, or whatever they're going to call it, the Quest Pro, I'm not really sure. I'm definitely going to order that or pre-order it, however they do it, and jump on that as soon as it's available. I really do love my headset, but it's just, when it comes to sim racing, it's kind of like a mixed bag. I go back and forth all the time. I feel like the immersion is unlike anything else. I think it is better than triples, but I feel like triples is the best compromise at the moment. But then again, like I said, if they come up with a way or an app or something where you can map your arms and say, you know, like crop in whatever you want to see in your VR space and then move it depending on depth, and then be able to sit in the car and see my button box and my wheel and my arms, I would then be sold. I would be done. That would be it. Yeah, the standalone games are awesome. And then also the VR exercise games that they have, like, oh man, what is it called? I'm blanking out like crazy. Anyway, there's many very popular there's very many popular exercise games on that platform. Not just the VR boxing games, but actual like exercise games. I have ended up on my hands and knees a few times, actually trying to follow along, and they are super exciting and super fun. Like, you see these orbs flying at you, and you have to hit them in certain ways. It's basically Beat Saber meets boxing, and then you have to duck and you have to jump over certain things. It's a lot of fun. So besides the exercise component, they did a very good job on the games, and the games are continuously getting better and better. I really do think it's going to be the future of gaming, and I really do enjoy it. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this view here. Hopefully this is going to be something that's going to stick around for a long time. I really enjoyed how easy this was to fix. You know, I was actually surprised at setting the OBS to administrative privileges and making sure this was running 1080p 60, that this actually worked. When did Van Gogh exhibit? Oh, you did the Van Gogh exhibit. Yeah. Well, and that's the thing too. The Quest 2 visuals have been improving since its inception. You know, it's getting better and better. And then if you connect it to a PC and do like wireless PC gameplay, so right now I'm upstairs. This is my upstairs office. My router's up here, my wireless router. I connect to my PC wirelessly, and then downstairs in the living room we move the table to the side, and I play my PC VR games downstairs, wireless. And it's like there's no delay, there's no hesitation, and it's like mind blown. But when you do that, you can actually super sample the visuals depending on your PC, and the visuals get really good. And really, just like my HP Reverb G2, it gives it a run for its money. It really does. Well, does it look as good? No, I mean, it's not exactly like, but you know, if I take somebody who's not a VR snob or anything like that, and I put them in the headset, they're always blown away how good the visuals are. And then especially when I connect it to PC VR, they're always like, wow, this is amazing. How much is this headset? And then I put them in the HP Reverb G2, and they're like, yeah, it does look a little better, but wow, how much was that headset over there? Because the differences are really not a whole lot. You know, you do get a little bit more FOV in HP Reverb G2, and especially there's like a face gasket mod, thinner, so you can get a little bit more. You know, nothing's really going to beat the Pimax. I have a Pimax, so if I want FOV, I have my Pimax. But it's really, I think Meta's got it down as far as easy to use VR. Very excited about the new Pimax headsets that are coming out, though. They're trying to really take a lot of that sort of prosumer and bring them in, because some of their headsets are actually, I think actually quite a few of them have built-in processors to have standalone VR built into their Pimaxes, and their Pimaxes are running some crazy specs on their new headsets that they're, I think they're doing pre-orders on or something like that. I don't know. It's going to be an exciting year for VR. But everyone, I'm going to call it here. Thank you so much for joining in and hanging out. Again, I'm Crash. This is RTA Motorsports. Please, if you have not liked, subscribe. I'm sure you guys have already, but please do so. Helps the channel out greatly. As we grow, hopefully we get to experience more products that I get to review, just like we have done in the past. Brings sim racing more into light in several different communities out there. But also, I'm going to be doing a lot of one-wheel content as we have. Again, I've done the GTR upgrade. If anyone is a one-wheel fan, they know what that is. And I'm going to give you my point of view on that whole upgrade, especially as we ran down the mountain at Shredfest. Where are people finding GPUs? So actually, EVGA has been having them in stock quite a bit. So that's been a lot of sources of people's GPU finds has been EVGA on their email list. So you might want to check that out. But everyone, thank you so much again. I appreciate you all. Stay safe, stay happy, and I'll catch you all next time.